two, one.
Hi, this is Carrie Green, and I wanted to walk you through my Fundamentals of Responsible Alcohol Service course. This is a course that I developed from a face-to-face class that my husband presents for his restaurant, with the intent that this would be an alternative for servers who were unable to make the training session. Now, they would need to successfully complete this course and show competency by making an 80 or better on the course assessment in order to schedule the actual ServSafe test that they would take on site and that would then be submitted to a corporation for grading. So basically, I kind of run over what the concepts are, summarize the learning objectives in kind of a broad sense right here, as well as provide course instructions, both in a simple written format and in a video format for some. There's a syllabus as well. I have my instructor page, and let me get right to the meat of the course, which is going to be the modules. Module 1 is an introduction module. This is a very simple learning objective. Basically, the only purpose of this is to convey to students, this is why this course matters. This is why you need to take the course. This is important. And so there's a video for them to watch and then a blog where they can reflect on what is the overall purpose. So if you click on that, you can see, they put it in their own words. And I think putting that kind of thing in their own words is very important. And that is the big objective for week 1. That will familiarize them with the course. Module 2 is going to be about alcohol law and your responsibility. Again, I have module-specific learning objectives written there. I walk them through a pre-test because I feel like testing their conceptions and perceptions is incredibly important for them to know, what they don't know. Every module has a concepts piece, which basically is vocabulary, and uses a variety of presentation methods, whether it's Google Slides, whether it's reading, right here, whether it's a video. I use Prezi some. A lot depends on whether I'm presenting kind of an overview of material or whether I want to present information one piece at a time. And I'll demonstrate that here in just a moment. So I include a summary in every single module. This one I used a Powtoons that I created. And then there's a module assessment. The module assessment is going to be, and I think I might have one pulled up here, that these are basically multiple choice, and I guess I don't. This is one of the pre-tests, and it kind of walks them through what the assessment piece would be, and gives them about 8 to 10 practice questions for when they get ready to take their actual pre-test. Then if you go to Module 3, you can see that one's about alcohol's path through the body and blood alcohol content. That, again, follows kind of the same process with a pre-test. And then you've got some concepts, some informational videos, a graphic and summary, a presentation. That's one of my Prezis that I'll show you here in a moment. And an actual application this is how you calculate blood alcohol content. So students would be able to read this summary and then look at that chart and answer that question. And that's kind of their way of determining if they really understand blood alcohol content. Module 4 is going to be about recognizing and preventing intoxication. That one, again, module-specific learning objectives, and then a number of different presentation methods, both straight kind of slides and then Prezi, summaries, videos that are embedded here, graphics that simplify the information, and then the final multiple choice assessment piece. If you go to Module 5, this is about checking identification. Checking identification has, this kind of, again, the same idea of kind of a pre-assessment. What do you know? Key vocabulary they need to be familiar with, videos, presentations. There's an application blog where they can reflect on what they predict. So really putting themselves in the position of being a server, as well as suggestions for how to handle those situations. And again, that multiple choice assessment piece. If you go to Module 6, you're talking about the handling difficult situations. This one has a number of different graphics built into it to kind of help them think in terms of what they might face. These are your less common situations, as well as ones with just handling somebody who's had too much to drink. You've got a pre-test. You've got an article to read, another Prezi, and apply your knowledge, where basically they have a short answer where they can read a scenario and then apply what they've learned, right? And they can kind of answer the question. And this is really intended to spark some critical thinking. I have a graphic about less common situations where they can kind of follow through what might happen in these various situations. Again, these are less common. We have a documentation, because documentation is an important piece, and a rate the response. So this one to me is very interesting because it allows them to choose, and I'm trying to find where I have it, that where they can essentially come in and rate what they think, how they think the server did. So I created basically a survey within the course, and I think that does a really good job of kind of helping them see how all of this works. Now, Unit 7, or Module 7 rather, is the pre-test that they would have to do, get an 80 or better on in order to schedule the actual test. And again, this is, kind of all based within the Course Sites program, all multiple choice, and I have the permissions set pretty loosely. So that kind of shows you a little bit about the course. And again, I have apply your knowledge sections where they have reflections. I have fill in the blanks for kind of module 1 understanding. I have a section of kind of previewing the information, applying knowledge. I have a number of different real world application scenarios here. If you go to the presentations, you can see I have some Google slides that are in place here that present some of the information in a very direct format. And then I have some of the Prezis that actually walk them through more specific things. So in this case, it's stopping service to intoxicated guests. You want them to learn this information in a very, step-by-step format. I have articles built in here that kind of present the information in a different way. Again, you can see just a variety of different methods, some with pictures. Here's one of the NIH articles to kind of add some seriousness to it. And again, you can just kind of see a variety of different methods embedded into this, as well as an overview. Here's the laws restricting service. So you get the idea about how I've created this course. And again, I tried to layer the instructions so that students would acquire the knowledge at their own pace and be prepared to take this test. Thank you. I look forward to your feedback.